the thing that fixed this particular problem here, which was green light turned on, you could hear the pump like swirling and all that, and you could very least hear the heater warming up if you handle it. It kept getting warmer and warmer and warmer, but anyway. I fixed it by opening it up, testing a bunch of stuff, but that little screw at the top there, she put a screw, it's not a bolt, screw, which is a tuning one. I fixed it via putting that in, turning it, keeping track of exactly where it was when I first found it, turning it maybe one and a half, 2 turns to the right, then back to where it was, so 1.5, 2 turns back to normal, where the original position was, then doing it again to the left. So it's like with the potentiometer moving all the way to one, all the way to the other, and then back to where it originally was. I think that just cleaned off all the gunk that was in it, because from what I understand, it's a metal plate in there that gets bent up. Then once it, like, underneath here is all the pressure. Metal plate pushes this up, then the switch gets clicked on top. Then when pressure goes down, it declicks it. So I tightened that maybe 1.5 turns each way, like full back to straight, full back to straight. And that seemed to have fixed it. So there might have been some build-up in there. We have a little bit of hard water here. And I don't think they ever changed the hard water filter. To let it soak through, because that might help. So I'll probably get a new one. I put deionized water in there to make it a bit safer, and just another variable I have to worry about. But yeah, that definitely seemed to be it. That there is a thermometer. Thermostat has very high ohmage. It's like 4 to 10 megaohms is the range. Down there is a solenoid pump. It's some fancy pump that can handle hot water and stuff. So the water goes from there, the reservoir, through the pump, through the heater, then to that pressure release valve. Just to clarify, that's not a pressure release valve, that is a pressure sensing valve. So depending where that dial's set, at a certain pressure it will turn on and off the power to the heater. So it's very important that you put it to the same position when you found it, otherwise it might go too high pressure and it'll blow all the fittings off. It wouldn't blow up, but yeah, it's not good. So just keep it to the same one where you found it. The bottom bit is screwed on, so this bit here is one unit that connects onto the 2 pipes, which is a different piece. So the connector piece of metal there. Yep. So it just screws on as like a brass fitting, from what I saw online. Just to clarify, where that white smear is, that flathead, that is the dial you turn to try to fix it. So you turn it all the way to the right, then all the way to the left, then back to exactly where you found it. The heating coil is 27.5 to 28 ohms. The thermometer, a little bit over room temperature, is 7.5 to 8 megaohms. These are just terminal blocks that goes 1 to 2. These are just connections. A lot of the wires, like any blue wire kicks or blue wires, a lot of them double up. This switch here is normally open. It could be the switch itself, which is very easy to replace. It's just screwed on there and there. It comes off. This switch comes with the unit. That's what I could see. Yep. All the tubes are held on with metal wire that's been crimped on really well, so it's annoying to change, but it's doable. All the wires are all soldered on and schmooed. That's not water, by the way. It's just oil or something. Or plasticky glue. I don't know, varnish. I taped this so it wouldn't spill over. This thing comes out very easily with the rubber, but it's held in when it's clamshelled together. This plastic tube. It's not the actual tube, it's the little plastic conduit around it, which is meant to be crushed. When you close it, you're going to feel this being crunched. Well, it's not actually. It's not any of those tubes that are being crunched, it's this one, which you can test by having it out, closing it, and taking it in. Yeah, okay. When you open it up, all the cords are very tightly wound, all the zip ties are everywhere. They're very easy to re-put back on and all that, but it's something to be aware of. You won't break any cords, but you can see that's how it sits. You can test the thermometer there. If you just put an ice pack on it for a good while, then it slowly changes. You won't see it change, but it does. You will notice. It's just very hard to get an ice pack properly on there. You're supposed to do a hot air gun, get it a bit warm. Other ways of doing it. It is it's like riveted on almost. So it's doable quick grind it off, then very hot, like some good quality thermal glue on it. Yeah, so when it's on, when it's on, even unplugged on, so it's on, main power goes through that heating element straight off. 27 to 28. This is 230 volt model, Australia. Can't think of anything else to say. If you're going to buy replacements for solenoid and pump, yeah, be careful. There's a lot of ones that are. This one here is a XP 115. There's XP 10 that are everywhere. I don't think they'll match up with it. I think some models use it, but just be very, very wary that you get the same one and all that, because the data sheets I looked at, a lot of them different. Demineralized water is also less conductive than tap water, so if it does spill, it's not going to, less likely to electrocute you. So that's why I have the towels around, because the hose that's connected underneath that is a little bit flimsy. Like when it's all pushed together, it's fine. So this here's the tuning. If you do get a replacement for this thing here gets tuned. So let's say this thing tuned from the factory to when there's 2 bars steam pressure and all that, then it locks it, turns off the heater. This thing here changes that. And there's different models that have different ranges. Make sure you get the same range, or one that can go within that range and the same temperature, which actually the pump as well has different temperature things. I've seen one of these units that have an 80 Celsius temperature like handle, but these ones are both 90, so I don't know how that works. But with this, you turn this here and it changes the pressure bar, which is not really glued in at all, it's very easy to move. But if you do get a replacement for this, it'll be very difficult to measure the pressure. You have to get something here measuring it. Make sure you don't do it too high, because it blow off all the pipes and set hot steam everywhere constantly to unplug it. But you have to measure that. I don't know what measure would measure hot steam as well, not just pressure, like water and steam. But you have to make sure that's the same as a normal one, which you could probably find a data sheet for this unit, like the whole unit, which tells you the pressure. Oh, one last thing. Underneath it, there's a sticker, and there's a hole underneath that sticker. You'd think there's a screw there, but there's not. And I'm sure that's there to test the warranty. So don't do what I did. Don't pick a hole in that screw in the sticker underneath. This is for both units. There's only 6 screws per one. Just make sure you know that. Okay, well, one last important thing. I'm very sure that the thing that caused this problem in the first place was the original filter not being replaced over that long, getting dirty. That filter gets rid of the hardness out of the water, and the hardness makes deposits of calcium and all that shit inside of it. I think it was the buildup of that messed it up.